सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारे भरनौ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरण विराज सुबेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बढ़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे हस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहीशा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जाना प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हाँकते कापे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन पल पावे चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता अस पर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुमरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुमरे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाए जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए और देवता चित्त न धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलवीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई टूटहि बंधि महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा कार्य सिद्धिसा की गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि तेरा की जयनाथ हृदय महडेरा की जयनाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
श्री गणेशाय नमः। श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। सन्तोषिणी जगन्माता मम सौभाग्यवृद्धये नमस्करोमि भक्त्या त्वां प्रसन्ना वरदा भव। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्। So yesterday we saw Bharatji decided to take all Ayodhyavasis to where Bhagavan Ramchandraji is settled, that is in Chitrakoot. So the moment Bharata said to go to Ramchandraji and bring him back to Ayodhya ceremoniously for a befitting to a Raja. So he became dear to all. Bharat said, let all of them, all Ayodhyavasis, whoever want to come, let them come. Bharat called such a capable people, trustworthy people, because if all are going, you have to take care of Ayodhya. So there must be some trustworthy people to look after the Ayodhya. If suddenly some enemies attack or something, so he protects. So Bharata was very far-sighted person. Then everyone left for the forest, each one according to their age. Some were walking, some were riding horse, and some were riding in the chariot. Bharat thought that Ramchandraji is walking on the ground, and how can I ride on a chariot? See, he also started walking. When he started walking, all the people they also started walking, because for them, he is our king. A king is walking. How can we walk? Praja walk. Then it was noticed by Kausalyaji. So Kausalyaji came to Bharat and said, because you are walking, now look at all the people, young and old, they are all walking. Please sit on a chariot and ride. And immediately he understood and followed the advice. So that Bharatji's Yatra is a spiritual journey towards reaching Rama Sita. That means moksha. When you start your sadhana, you should not cause disturbance to others. This is one lesson that he is teaching us. Therefore, Bharatji listened to the advice. Okay, he sat in the chariot and all of them got into their vehicles. But Bharat remained at the back, still walking. Nobody noticed. First, as he was reaching Sringaverpur, there our Nishad Raj, he came to know that Bharat is going with all army and all royal paraphernalia. And first he had a doubt that this Bharat is going with any evil intention. So immediately called his soldiers and told them to take position. As long as we are here, we will not allow Bharat to proceed further. But at that time, one old man, he sneezed. At that time, there was a person who understood sign of omens. The way he sneezed and the direction, according to that, it doesn't appear that Bharat is going as an enemy, but as a friend. Therefore, we should not take action without finding out the real motive. Then some gifts were sent to Bharat, and what he takes from there, they can judge his motive. Then he came to know Bharat is so pure-hearted, and Nishad Raj started walking towards Bharatji. And Vasishtaji told Bharat that he is Ramchandraji's friend. The moment he heard that he is a friend of Rama, Bharat rushed ahead and embraced Nishad Raj. That evening, they took care of everyone. Then Bharata asked, please show me those places my Lord sat and slept, as they are holy places for me. And then when he saw under a tree, on the bed of leaves, Bhagavan and Sita ji slept, he started crying. And his greatest sorrow was they were walking barefooted without wearing any shoes, and I am responsible for all these. We never know the inscrutable ways of destiny and what will happen to life. Then Nishad Raj said, please know that Rama loves you so much that night he was here, he was talking about you. Therefore, do not think that Rama doesn't love you. The next morning, even Bharat and Shatrugna also became ascetics. So many boats and arrangements were made to cross Gangaji, and when they reached Bharadwaj Rishi's ashram, Bharat went to see him. Bharadwaj said, you know, this episode looks sorrowful and painful to all. But many good things have come out of this. Bharat's love for Ram would not have known to the world otherwise. See, you are Prem Ki Bharat Murati. Bharat was the very personification of Ram, Bhakti. Lakshmana's love were known to everybody, but Bharat was shy and never came forward and expressed his love for Ram. He said everybody should know how to love Bhagavan. One thing he said beautifully, your dynasty is great. There was one king called, one king called Raja Bhagirath. Bhagirath Raja with his penance brought Gangaji from heaven to earth. Dasharatha Maharaj brought the very Lord from whose feet Gangaji came. That Bhagavan he brought down to earth as human being. You have brought love for Bhagavan, one greater than the other. Because anyone can reach Bhagavan, that the only way to reach Bhagavan is through love, devotion. And you have shown what that love is. Rama Prem. Earlier when he met Ramchandraji, he said the result of all spiritual practices is your darshanam. And what is the result of Bhagavan darshan? He said Bharat darshan. Just think Bharadwaj Muni holding Bharata in such a high position. Even Bharadwaj Muni was reveling in the love of Bharata. He, here, while taking bath in the Triveni, you have that? That Toha? Arathana Dharmana. No. Okay. Arathana Dharmana Kama Ruchi Ketina Chahahu Dikha Nirvana Janama Janamarati Ramapada Yavaradanuna Ana. So, when Bharata was taking bath in the Triveni Sangam, Allahabad, near Bharadwaj Muni's ashram, he says, I have no desire for dharma, artha, kama or moksha. Life after life, O Lord, I want only the love for thee, lotus feet of the Lord. Janama Janamake means that I am not afraid of taking any birth. Whatever birth I take, only request is that let me serve the feet of my Lord. If I become a bee, let me touch the feet of Bhagavan as a lotus. If I become a tree, let Lord come and sit under me. So whatever be the birth, it doesn't matter. But only request is, let me be able to be devoted to my Lord. This was Bharata's prayer. As this is going on, Bharadwaj Muni thought that it is rare to get a guest like Bharata. And when a guest has come, we should treat them as per their status. Bharadwaj Muni said, all of you stay here tonight, accept my hospitality. Bharata looked at the ashram and his people. There are so many people are there. The whole military is there. The whole Ayodhyavasis are there. And he felt, how can this Rishi can feed all these people? Maharaj, but Bharadwaj Rishi said, don't worry about that. It is my job. You have to stay only. That's all. You have to say only. You have to say only. Yes, that's all. That I will take care of it. And he had no choice. He had to say yes. So he said yes. Then Bharadwaj Muni sat in meditation and he invoked Indra and requested him that I had to feed all these people. So Indra sent Ruddhi Siddhi. And that He said, bring heaven to earth, that's all. And in no time, vast space, palaces, and all servants made, all celestial food, drinks, everything was available. And they were surprised. And all those people were hungry also. They walked so many miles, so they were hungry and they enjoyed it. Majority of the Devasis were so fascinated and enjoyed the pleasures. Only Bharata, Shatrughna, Kausalyaji and Vasishtaji were not touched by the luxury. Bharatji not even mentally touched any bogas. Next morning, everything disappeared. So Bharadwaja Rishi had that kind of power, but he never enjoyed for himself. He was living in an ashram as a simple sannyasi. Now Bharata and Shatrughna were going. All the villagers saw. They thought that first Ram Lakshmana has come because they look alike, you see. But Bharata also had some same complexion, Shatrughna fair complexion. And when they saw close, they come to know who they are. They became dear to all. Here in heaven, the Devatas are getting worried. This Bharata goes to Ramchandraji, and Ramchandraji, but because he is a Kevala Prema Priya Ram, this love for Rama of Bharata is overwhelming, and suppose he is able to influence Rama, and Ramchandraji also get carried away by the love of Bharata and return to Ayodhya, what will happen to our mission? That they are very selfish, They were only thinking about their interest, you see. If Rama returns, Ravana will still be there in Lanka. So Indra Bhagavan goes to Brahmaji and said, do something to change the mind of Bharata. Brahmaji said, Arey Indra, what kind of mind you have to think that you can change Bharata's mind? He is not mantra. And why are you worried? Have faith. Bharat will not do something that will be against Bhagavan's will. He loves him and also have Vivek. Bharat is a beautiful combination of both. So don't worry. From a long distance, Ram Sita saw some dust rising. Prior to that, Sita ji told Ram, last night I had a strange dream. It is sad that I saw all my mothers-in-laws wearing white, means widow. Rama also started thinking. By that time, dust rising, bird flying, the animals started running here and there. And the news came that a huge army is coming. Then Lakshmana climbed on a tree and saw a huge army is coming. And the flag looked like Ayodhya. And the thought that Bharata is coming with army, thinking that Rama is alone here and he wants his kingdom unrivaled. And that is why he is coming here. And Lakshman, if he has a small suspicion that someone is going to harm Ramchandraji, that is enough. So, you have 227. Vishayi Jiva Pai Prabhai. No?
Yes, Swami.
Okay.
Correct. विषयी जीव पाई प्रभुताई मूढ़ मोह बस होई जाई भरतु नीति रत साधु सजाना प्रभु पद प्रेम सकल जगु जाना देवाजू राम बधु पाई चले धर्म मर जाद मिटाई कुटिल कुबंधु अवसरुता की जानी राम बनवास एकाकी करि कुमंत्र मन साधि समाज आए करे अकंटक राजू कोटि प्रकार कलपि कुटिलाई आए दल बटोरी दुई भाग जोशिय सोति न कपट कुचाली केहि सोहातिर रथ बज गई भरत ही दो सुदे को जाए जग बैराई राज पदु पाए अति सरोष माखे लखनु लखी सुनि सपथ प्रवान सभय लोक सब लोकपति चाहत बबरी भगवान सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
He came down from the tree and came to Bhagavan Ramchandra ji with furious anger, shivering all over. Is that the worldly people, the moment they get power, they forget all ethics and moral values and everything. They say in this world the power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now he came down from the tree and said to Bhagavan, he saw worried look on the face of Rama. Lord was thinking, this Bharata is coming to take me back, and one side my father's promise to mother, love is so powerful, and Bhagavan knew that Bharat is intelligent person. He will not put me on the spot, Dharma Sankat. But Lakshmana thought that Rama is worried that Bharata is coming with the whole army to fight. Bhagavan, you relax. I alone will teach him a lesson. At that time, there was a Akashavani. Lakshman, before doing anything, you should think properly. After proper thinking only you should do. Invisible voice said, thoughtless action is not praiseworthy. Then Bhagavan saw Lakshman is feeling embarrassed, said, Lakshmana, your love come first. Lakshman, what you said is true, that power corrupts. Only to that person who is already corrupt. The one who has never done any sadhu seva, never filled this his ear with devotion, never filled his heart with devotion, definitely power will corrupt that person. The one who never served sadhu, sant, mahatma, only that person mind get corrupted. As far as Bharat is concerned, he himself is the greatest sadhu. Even if he gets the post of Brahmaji, Vishnu or Mahesh, his mind will not get tempted or corrupted. He says, a glass of milk, put some lime. In a glass of milk, you put some lime or culture, it will get spoiled. That milk will get spoiled. But in the milky ocean, if you put little culture, what will happen to the Kshir Sagar? Nothing will happen. So to Bharat's heart is deep. I tell you, there is no sadhu like Bharata and a brother like Bharata. Therefore, rest assured, power will not get to his head. I know why he is coming here. When everyone heard the greatness of Bharata, everyone was praising Bharata. Even Devatas were saying, now Devatas changed their mind. If Bharata was not born in this world, there would not have been an example of someone upholding the flag of dharma, righteousness, and all the great values of life. O Lord, who can understand Bharata than you? Then Lakshmana felt sorry and became quiet. Now Bharata's mind was oscillating. When he thought of himself and his mother Kaikeyi, he felt that how Ramchandraji will accept me. I don't know Bhagavan will meet me or turn me away. I think he will do that only. But Rama will never mistake me. His nature is that he will not do harm to even to his enemy. I am only a child. When he thought of Rama's Swabhav, he moved forward. When he thought of himself, he stopped. Now they were reaching near the Chitrakoot mountain. Nishadraj with him, and he knew exactly where Ramchandraji's cottage is. Only Bharata, Shatrughna and Nishadraj went up to the mountain. Rest all waited at the foothills of the mountain. And one place Nishadraj climbed up, climbed a tree and saw Ram, Sita, Lakshman seated under a tree. He said to Bharat, come and see. He saw Lord seated among Munimandali. He could not walk. He got paralyzed. Seeing Rama and fell down saying, Pahi, Pahi, Pahi. Bhagavan, save me, save me. It is so happened, Lakshmana saw Bharata first. Ramji has not seen him yet. Lakshmana said, Bhagavan, Bharata is prostrating. The way Bhagavan got up, his bow fell down one side, the arrows fell down another side. He just went to lift Bharata. He lifted him and embraced Bharata. And whoever seen this Milap, Bharat Milap, they forgot their body consciousness. Lakshmana saw Bharata. He thought of lifting him and embracing him. But he was in the service of Ram. How can he leave that post and go? He stood there only. Bhagavan, a personification of Samata and Bharata, Mamata. Nobody said anything to each other. Their experience was beyond the comprehension of our mind. Which poet can describe what they were feeling? Slowly, Bharata did namaskar to Sitaji. All this time, in Bharata's mind, this thought was there, what Rama and Sita are thinking about him. But when they found in their heart only love and love alone, then only his mind became peaceful. Then he met with Lakshmana and Shatrughna. All of them met each other. At that time, Nishadraj said, Maharaj, Vasishtha Rishi and others are also at the bottom of the hill. Hearing this, Bhagavan ran to his Guru. In meeting all, Bhagavan met Kaikeyi first and consoled her. She also had come, this time feeling miserable. How did I do all that? How did I not know my own son? Thereafterwards, when he came to know Dasharatha Maharaj's death, all of them felt very sad and wept openly. What Shraddha Karma could be done, all the three did. All of them were sitting. Now question was, what to do next? Vasishthaji said, Bharat, now you say it. Bharat thought that Vasishthaji will tell him. And Vasishthaji said, Bharat said, everything was decided there and you are our Guru and you have to put the proposal before Ramchandraji. Vasishthaji said, what to do? My buddhi is blown away, seeing your love for Ram. Therefore, you are capable of proposing. So in this section, so many times they meet and Bharat asks Vasishtaji and Vasishtaji asks Bharat. Then they both went to Ramchandraji. Ramchandraji said, Bhagavan, to his Guru, Bhagavan, you are our Guru and whatever you say, I shall obey. And finally it was coming to Bharata only. And Vasishtaji will not say anything. Suddenly they got the news that Janaka Maharaj is coming. Ramchandraji got worried now. What is happening here? Then someone said, Janaka Maharaj, you are a Jnani. All of them approached Janaka Maharaj, you are a Mahatjnani. So please guide us. And Janaka Maharaj also said, as far as Brahma Vidya is concerned, my buddhi works. But when it comes to Bharat's love for his brother, my buddhi also doesn't work. Because he is too high. His way of thinking about dharma is different. Different proposals were put forth in front of Ramchandraji. Number one, that Lakshman will go back and Bharat will go with Ramchandraji. Do you think Lakshmana will accept that? Number two, Ram, Lakshman go back to Ayodhya. And proxy, Bharata, Shatrughna will go to forest. Bharata was so happy, we are ready. But nothing was working. Finally, Bharat understood what is in the mind of Ramchandraji. Dharma is to be followed. There should be no compromise here. Now, Bharata wins in one respect. Bhagavan, I will not put you in this kind of dharma sankat. But you have to promise me, after 14 years, you will come back to Ayodhya the very next day. And if I don't see you, I will enter fire. Actually, he brought everything there to do coronation ceremony for the Lord. He wanted to take him back with all ceremonial way, with a great procession. But Bhagavan did not accept that, but he accepted that what Bharata said. Here it is a peculiar kind of fight. Unlike our modern time, Bharat says the kingdom is yours. Ramchandraji says it is yours. Two brothers were there, fight in the court were going on. They had one spiritual teacher, and the day of verdict was coming. One brother goes to his Guru and says, Maharaj, bless me. Guru says, you read Ayodhya Kand. And the second brother came, please bless me. Guru said, you read Ayodhya Kand. And when they came to this portion, their thoughts changed. That is the power of Ram Bharat. Bharat said, I brought everything, the waters from the holy rivers for your Abhisheka. Now what shall I do? He said, there is a well and put all those holy waters there. This is called Bharat Koop, well of Bharata. Bharata went to meet Atri Muni, Anasuya. Bharat said to Ramchandraji, afterwards coming back from Atri Muni, as he was leaving, he said, I look after your kingdom as your sevak. But before I go, you should give me some guidance as to how I should take care of the kingdom. Here in 315 Doha, I don't know if you have that. 315 Doha. You may not have, right? Yeah, you have? Mukiya mukuso chahiye.
पालयि पोषयि सकलंग तुलसी सहित विवेक सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Bhagavan advised to Bharata how to rule the kingdom. It looks very strange, the advice. The leader should be like mouth. Mukhiya mukhuso chahiye. Whatever we have to eat or drink, you will do only with your mouth. It may appear that the mouth is selfish and all other senses are looking at the food hungrily. That food is not kept in the mouth and it goes into the stomach and assimilated. And that assimilated food must nourish each and every limb of the body. Means for the government, people will have to pay tax. The taxes will go to the stomach of treasury. And that money must be utilized in such a way that the whole nation prospers. Now the interesting thing about example is this mouth is a part of the body. And body is one, mouth, hand, eyes, all part of the same body. That means no king should think that I am different and above everything. When we eat food, sometimes some food particle gets stuck in the teeth. It is like some officer tried to swallow it. Remember, if that food particle remain in the teeth, it is not good for the teeth. Later on, enquiry commission will come. Bhagavan said, you are very wise. To an intelligent person, one hint is enough. Now you understand the whole thing. But still, Bharat was not finding peace. Bhagavan, 14 years I have to live without you. I need some support. And he had brought a pair of sandals for Rajabhishek. Otherwise, Lord was walking barefooted. So Bharat gave the paduka to Ramchandraji. What are these two padukas? They represent Bhagavan, two letters of his name, Rama. That Rama is the guardians of people's life. Because whenever they see these padukas on Simhasan, oh, this kingdom belongs to Ram. Or when you have a precious gem and how you keep that in a little box called Samput. As though these padukas are the little box where Bharata's Neharatna is kept there. That means whenever he looks at those padukas, his love is protected because he knows Bhagavan is there. Or all people who put forth efforts, when they do it with the name of the Lord, then that will be successful. Or they are two eyes so that he understands what the Sevak Dharma is. As far as Bharat is concerned, these padukas represent Ram and Sita. Then Bharaji says, now I have to go. Bhagavan gave all his blessings. Bharata keeping the paduka on his head and come back to Ayodhya. As soon as he come back with the blessings of Vasishtha Rishi, he places the padukas on Rajasimhasan. And he tells Vasishtha Ji that when Bhagavan walks on this earth barefooted in the forest, how can I stay in the palace here? So little away from Ayodhya called Nandigram, he stayed. And he said, if the Lord is walking on the ground, my place should be still below. So he dug up ground and stayed underground. He was living there as a tapasvi, only came to the palace for administration purpose. Whenever he had doubt, the Padukas used to speak to him. Chanting the name of the Lord, filled with tears in the eyes, the Ram, Lakshman, Sita doing tapas in the forest. Here Bharat also doing tapas. Here beautiful chandas is there, 35.
सिया राम प्रेम पीयूष पूरन होत जन मुन भरत को मुनि मन अगम जम नियम समदम विषम व्रत आचरत को दुखदाह दारिद दम्भ दूषण सुजस मिस अपरत को कलिकाल तुलसी से सटनी हटी राम सन मुख करत को भरत चरित करिने मुख तुलसी जो सादर सुनहि सिया राम पद पे मुख अवसय हुई भारस बिरती सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
If Tusidaji says, if Bharata was not there, not born in this world, who would have shown the possibility of performing great tapas like Yama, Niyama, all the vratas, which even Rishimunis find it difficult to observe? Bharat is someone who is the very embodiment of fullness and nectar of Ram Prem. Unless there is prem in the heart, one cannot do tapas consistently. We will wait for it to complete. If Bharat was not born, we would not have known what Ram Bhakti is. We would not have known how to do Vratapalanam. Who would have removed all our sorrows and evil tendencies if Bharat was not born there? And Tulsidaji says, who would have brought even Tulsidaji to Bhagavan? Those who listen to this Bharata Charita, then on one hand there will be prem for Ram Sitaji, and on the other hand dispassion for the worldly pleasures. If in Ayodhya Kand there are two parts. First part, glory of Ramchandraji, is sung, and the second part, glory of Bharatji, is sung. Balakand, as children, their dharma is to obey the elders and study. Learning is the Balakand. In Ayodhya Kand, their own intelligence is matured and they have to take decision on their own. Both have to determine their dharma. When someone talk about Urmila, she would have gone with her husband, because Lakshmana was going as Sevak of Rama, and Urmila also goes there, then he will have to look after her also. How will he do both? To render service to Rama. So therefore, Urmila, Mandavi, Sutakirti followed their dharma. So this Ayodhya Kand talks about observing dharma. Everyone has to sacrifice. If one cannot sacrifice, they cannot do dharma palan. Here everyone sacrifice. Adharma is to disintegrate. That is what Manthara did. But what Ram and Bharata showed is integration of dharma. Disintegration is adharma. Now, all these things are very beautifully shown here. With this, we conclude Ayodhya Kanda. Then we enter into Aranya Kanda. Now, Aranya Kanda, this canto is Aranya Kanda, where it is titled as Maya. So, all Maya start from this canto. Because Shurpanakha come disguised as a beautiful girl. That is Maya. Then afterwards, the deer, golden deer, that is also Maya. Maricha comes, use Maya. Then Ravana also comes disguised as sannyasi. That is also Maya. So the whole Maya is there. So therefore, before the Maya starts, Lakshmana asks question about Maya. There is a Rama Gita is also there. So this canto is very beautiful. With lot of learning is there. Teaching is also there. And there's Ram Gita in Valmiki Ramayana. Actually, Ram Gita is in the Uttarakhand. After Lakshmana leaves Sita ji in the forest, he come back very sad. Then he asks some questions to Ramchandra ji. He answers them. And that Ram Gita is a very highly Vedantic topic. So, but here, the very same Ram Gita, Tulsidas ji thought that he will put it in the Aranya Kanda. And then also, the same topics are taken at the same time, very beautifully simple way he has handled it. Very highly evolved topic, but at the same time, the way he presented is so beautiful. Now, Tritiya Sopan of Ramcharitmanas, it is known as Aranya Kanda. The event that took place in this Aranyam forest. This Aranyam particularly known as Dandakaranyam. Bhagavan first lived in Chitrakoot Parvat and then he went to Dandakaranyam. Here there are some people who do not read Aranya Kanda. Why? Because Sita ji was kidnapped by Ravana. So they feel very sad. They skip this. That is also a bhakti bhav. But we will see the Aranya Kanda here in the Balakand beginning 7 slokas. He wrote 7 Sanskrit slokas. He wrote Ayodhya Kanda 3 slokas. And now here we will see only 2 slokas. Why? In this canto you will find Sita ji is kidnapped. Only Ram, Lakshman alone were there. There are only 2 verses, only 2 slokas. Kishkinda Kanda also 2. But Sundarakand, they found out Sita ji, so therefore 3 verses will be there. First sloka he does Namaskar to Lord Shiva. In the second sloka, Namaskar to Bhagavan Ramchandra ji, because Shivji is looked upon as Guru. And then Ishtadevata Namaskara. Now let us read. Pulam
Moolam dharmatarorvivekajaladhe Purnendumanandadam Vairagyambujabhaskaram Yagaganattvantapaham tapaham Mohambodarapugapatanavidhau Swasambhavam Shankaram वन्दे ब्रह्मकुलं कलङ्कशमनं श्रीरामभूपप्रियम् सान्द्रानन्दपयोधसौभगतनुं पीताम्बरं सुन्दरम् पाणौ बाणशरासनं कटिलसत्तूणीरभारं वरम् राजीवायतलोचनं धृतजटाजूटेन संशोभितम् सीतालक्ष्मणसंयुतं पथिगतं रामाभिरामं भजे.
Beautiful. These two verses are, the composition is so wonderful. And they sang also very nicely. Vande Shankaram. I bow down to Shankara. He who brings auspiciousness to all is called Shankara. Shamkaroti iti Shankaraha. And what he is, Moolam Dharmataroho, is the very root source of the tree of Dharma. That is why Bhagavan always sit under a banyan tree. Dharmataru, righteousness. That the tree stands for righteousness. And he is the full, yes, he is the full moon of the ocean of right thinking. Viveka Jalate Purnendum Anandadam. That means he is the ocean of right thinking. That means if you are devoted to Lord Shiva, great waves of noble thought rises in your mind. Anandadam, the one who gives joy, the giver of joy. Then not only that, Vairagyambuja Bhaskaram. When the sun rises, the lotus opens up. By Shiva Bhakti, what happens is the lotus of dispassion will open up in your heart. Then Akakhanat Tvantapaham Tapaham. And the remover of the darkness of all sins. Akakhana. Akha means sin. The collection of sin. Akakhanam. Dvantapaham tapaham. Tapaham, and destroyer of three kinds of afflictions that we go through. Adi Devik, suffering from the surroundings. Adi Bhautik, suffering from the surroundings. Adi Devik, suffering from the hands of God. Adi Bhautikam, sufferings from within oneself. Then Moham Bodhara Puka Patana Vidhau Swasambhavam. When the clouds gather, sometimes the wind blows, clouds are scattered away. Which clouds are talks about here? Moham Bodhara Puka Patana Vidhau. Clouds of delusion, that which cloud our thinking. Mohambodhara Puka Patana Vidhau. Thinking. So, the clouds of delusion, which clouds our thinking. Delusion are the one that clouds our thinking. That he removes. Shankaram. Shankaraha. Vande Brahmakulam, who is in the family of Brahmaji. And Kalanka Shamanam, if you worship Lord Shiva, any kind of blemish that comes to us, he will remove. Sri Rama Bhupa Priyam, he is dear to Bhagavan Ramchandraji, and Ramchandraji is very, very dear to him. To that Shankara Bhagavan, my namaskar. The idea is, if we have Shiva Bhakti and Guru Bhakti, then our ignorance and delusion and afflictions, all of them will go away. Dispassion will grow, Atman Atma Viveka, that will shine forth and get abidance in righteousness. Then, Sandrananda Payoda Saubhakatanum. I worship that Rama who delights everyone. Ramabhiramam Bhaje. What Rama you are worshipping here? Pathigatam, wandering in the forest. How he is? His body is glow and complexion is more beautiful like that of the water-bearing clouds. Sandrananda Payoda Saubhakatanum. Pitambaram, even the bark of a tree, they were also of the yellow color. Sundaram, most handsome. Pano Bana Sharasanam, in his hand there is bow and arrow. Katilasat Tunira Bharam Varam, also he wears a sheath where so many arrows are there. Rajivayata Lochanam, the lotus-eyed one. Dhrita Jata Chutena Samshobhitam, the hair is of Jata shining upon himself. Sita Lakshmana Samyutam, accompanied by Sita and Lakshmana. Tulsidas ji likes this Pathikata Ram. That is why our Gurudev installed Vanavasi Ram in Siddhavari Ashram. Vanavasi Ram is available for everybody. The one who sits in the throne, only few can see him. So, Lord, now the Sorta is there. Uma Rama, you have that?
उमा गुण गूढ़ पंडित मुनि पावहि विरति पावहि मोह विमूढ़ जे हरि विमुख न धर्म रति सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Lord Shivaji tell Uma Rama Guna Good. You know, Rama Guna is good. Good means very deep and mysterious. Bhagavan Ramchandraji's virtues, sports and leelas are very mysterious. Pandita Muni, those learned and contemplative people, when they hear about Ram Katha or happen to see Rama Leela, and their Jnana Bhakti Vairagya increases. But Pavahi Moha Vimutha, but those who are deluded ignorance, Hari Vimukha, turned away from Bhagavan, Na Dharmaratihi, they do not abide in righteousness, they get deluded. All the time people ask, why did Rama do this and that? You will see that in the beginning only. Now we go back to Chitrakoot. What happened there? Love between Ram Sita is described. And love between Ram and Sita was inexplicable. And Ramchandraji used to think that Sita is Komal, Sukumari, delicate, beautiful, and she has left everything and come with me. And so Bhagavan wanted to try his best to delight her and express his love. And he used to collect flowers to make garlands out of it and decorate Sita ji with the flowers. But then, what happened? Somebody didn't like it. So, he wanted to test Bhagavan. So there is a beautiful story. We'll see. Now we'll take a break, 7 o'clock. We'll come back and tell you what happened.